I drank all my water at the gym today, so coffee time. And I don't have to feel bad about it. I hope that I'm in focus. Because I already tried filming this video and I was not in focus. And I don't remember where I was sitting. And if I just like stay back here, maybe. Okay. Anyway, what am I gonna say? Oh, I lost track of what I was doing. My face is so shiny, and like my hair is really gross. What was I saying? Ow! My hip just cracked. Like, did you hear that? I wanted to talk about my fall hopefuls for the upcoming season. These are the ones I want to pick from. Why am I out of breath? Oh my goodness. I don't know. That's really annoying. Anyway, I'm gonna pick from here for all of my books that, like, for the fall. Minus one that I'm gonna get on my Kindle because I don't have a physical copy, though I could pick it up. So I have my thriller and true crime, no, not really true crime, but like thriller books, like mystery books. My camera died, so where was I? I'm not sure. Is my bun falling? It doesn't feel like it, but it kind of looks like it is. Down here I have all my fantasy books that I want to read. Hopefully I don't get into reading slump though, but I did finish Throne of Glass, and ever since I finished that, I've been feeling so much better about reading. I do want to like make a video on that, reviewing the series and giving my thoughts on it, but I think I'm gonna wait a little bit because Ethan's currently reading it, and I was hoping that he would give his thoughts too in the video. I mean, I don't know, he said he would, but we'll see. Anyway, I just wanted to wait a little bit longer because he's not done with the series yet. He is almost done with Empire of Storms. I don't know, because it'll probably take him a while to get through Tower of Dawn and Kingdom of Ash, because he didn't do the tandem read, because he's listening to the audiobooks. So it'll probably take a while. Maybe I should not wait for him. Oh, I forgot a book. Be right back. Let's just get through this. I'm gonna start with the book that I just put on here because I already forgot about it. These stickers annoy the crap out of me. Is that focused? I'm having a really hard time like focusing. Yeah, these stickers annoy the crap out of me. Literally, like, why do we need them there? You know? I don't understand. We don't need this because someone told me that somebody who works at Target, and I don't know if this is true, but for some reason I'm thinking they told me that the prices of the books at Target on the shelf, like the shelf price, already includes this percentage off. So I'm not really sure why we need the sticker. This is our book club pick this month, and this is oh my goodness, can I like talk today? The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. Haig? I'm gonna say Haig, if that's not correct, sorry. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews on this book. A lot of people either love it a lot or they just don't vibe with it. Like, it didn't meet their expectations or it didn't do anything for them. But I am kind of excited to read it. I did pick it up like a year ago. I only know that because I have my Target receipt in here. I am excited to finally read it and give my thoughts on it in book club. I'm hoping that this will be like give us a better discussion, because it's about like this library where you can go and like read books about you, I guess. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't know a lot about it, but you can like go and like pick out these books about your life and then choose to go back in time to those moments and like change the past or something. So it sounds really interesting, and I love critically thinking, so I'm hoping that this will make me think critically. And our last few book club picks were kind of, I don't know, they just really haven't been doing it for me, and I really want something that will give us a good discussion. If We Were Villains. I am excited. It's like about a guy getting out of jail and trying to tell his story 10 years later or something, and something about Shakespeare. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't really, well, it's not that I don't like Shakespeare. I think I just haven't been exposed to Shakespeare enough. I'm probably not gonna get all the references. This, I feel like, is gonna give me spooky vibes, and I'm here for it. My friend and I went to the bookstore, like a local bookstore, a couple months ago, and we both got this book. And she just started it, and she's not like a thriller, mystery. She's not really that type of reader, and she wants to get into that more. But she started this, and she said that she really likes it. So I think that if she likes it, I'm probably gonna like it. Give me a thriller, a mystery, a dark academia. Also, the cover is just really interesting. It's like beautiful, and I love the feeling. Sorry, I can't like stop touching my bun because I feel like it's gonna fall down and it's like pulling my hair. Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. I feel really bad if the lighting is bad. I already filmed this video and I was out of focus, which I think I already said, but I don't want that to happen again. So I'm like sitting back hoping that I'm in focus. I actually have only ever read one Ruth Ware book, but I do want to read more. I mean, I liked it. I forget what it was, but I liked it. I have it in the other room actually. But to be fair, this has nothing to do with the, well, never mind. This, whoa, that's like raised up. I didn't know that. This book was a book I got at a bookstore while I was on vacation, and it is used because they have new books and used books. And this one is actually like in really good condition. I mean, like, look at it. It's like, really good condition. The only thing about it is this right here. And like a little bit up here. But that's like literally it. The corners are good, the pages are good. It kind of looks like it's never been read before. I'm excited to read this one. An edge of your seat thriller, so that's for me. Sticker. I hate that. This is The Guest List by Lucy Foley. And let me just, this really irks me. Look at this. What is this? Why? 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 Not only do we have the sticker, the annoying 20% off sticker, but we also have this. We don't need this. Who is asking for that? Nobody is asking for that. It gives me the ick. And like, look, it's never been read, but like, it's just so. And it does say that it's a Reese's book club pick. I don't know what that does for anyone, if that does it for you. But I'm gonna be honest. I read The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley for book club, and it was not it. Like, it had so much potential, I felt like, and then it really let me down. Like, the characters sucked. I hated them all. The storyline, like I said, had potential, but by the end it didn't make any sense, like what was happening. I mean, it made sense, but it was just really dumb to me. But I'm not gonna exclude Lucy Foley. I'm gonna try again, and I did get this for Christmas last year, so I do wanna try and read it. And this might be the time to do it, since it's like spooky season and stuff. Seems like it would be up my alley, but so did The Hunting Party, and it just didn't do it. So I'm hoping that this does. I hope. Oh my goodness, I will be right back. Okay, that's better. I put like a little clip in my hair because I couldn't stand it falling down. What else we got? What else we got? Oh, We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. Again, why? No one wants that. Can someone tell me why? Why is this why does this happen? Why are so many paperbacks like this? It annoys me so much. So much. This is also a used copy, and it is like immaculate. Like look at that. It's so nice. The spine isn't even cracked. Like, I wonder if it was even red. I got it for like $2. So, what a steal. So, one of my best friends read it and she really liked it. And I picked up the the prequel first. I thought I could read the prequel first, but then I saw that I can't. So I think that I'm gonna really like this, and it's gonna be a TV series, I think. So I'd really like to read it before that comes out, because I fall victim to, oh, it's gonna be a TV series. Pfft, let me just wait until the TV series comes out and I'll just, you know. Or I'll read the book and then I won't watch the TV series or the movie. Like, for example, I kind of don't care about seeing It Ends With Us. I read It Ends With Us, but I just kind of don't care about seeing the movie. Um, so, but so many people love to read the book and then watch the movie or the show adaptation like right after. And I kind of don't like to do that. I'm not really sure why. I also don't really like rereading books or rewatching movies or shows. So, I mean, I do have my comfort shows and my comfort movies, like The Grinch, the 2018 version, like the animated version. I could watch that every single day in December. That movie just makes me so happy, but I feel like I already know the story, so I kind of don't really care about seeing it, you know? And plus, the book is always better, right? Like, I've never, ever, ever read a book and then seen the adaptation and thought that that was better than the book. So, and you know what else really bothered? Well, okay, here's the other thing. What really turned me off from book adaptations was the Divergent movie series. What was that? What was that? It was a federal crime to mess that up. Like, that was so, the first one, fine. It matched the book. It was fine. I mean, it wasn't like the best, but like it kept the story. What was Insurgent? Oh my goodness. That just, I was done after that. I just don't really care. And the fact that, like, if we get an ACOTAR series or an ACOTAR movie, I'm gonna be A Most Agreeable Murder by Julia Seals. And first of all, this cover, what is that? It's so pretty. I also picked this up like maybe a year ago because it was giving me Bridgerton vibes, but murder mysteries. So I'm always here for like a classic whodunit, you know? I've kind of heard nobody talk about it, so that's fun. Second, it's like set in like Victorian era or something, or Regency era. I really don't know the eras, but something like that. Like I said, Bridgerton vibe. There is a ball happening and the like, what is it, like the most like prestigious guy there ends up dying. Like he's murdered. And like our female main character decides to take it upon herself and find out who murdered this guy before the ball ends. So I think, and it only takes place like during that time. So I think that that's gonna be fun. It's got to be fast paced, right? Oh, I just ate my words. I didn't read all the Bridgerton books, but I do think that the show is immensely better than the books. The book is always, in my opinion. Holly by Stephen King. Look at this cover art. Like, oh my goodness. Like, I know that I say that about so many books, but these colors are just so pretty. I can't even, and like, I want to live there, you know? Oh, I didn't even see that. People are in the windows. Cool. Do you love looking at covers, like book covers, and then seeing like Easter eggs, like while you're reading it, and you like look at the cover and you're like, oh my gosh, an Easter egg. That's so fun. Like, I love doing that. Don't come for me, but I've never read Stephen King before. I do have The Institute by him, and I did start reading that like a couple years ago, but I never finished it. Not because I didn't like it, but because I just wasn't in the right mindset to read. I was so busy with work and tired, and I just couldn't. So I kind of just put it on hold. My bookmark is still in there. Obviously I want to read it, but I'm gonna have to start it over. Anyway, this is about, I think, a side character named Holly. in the Mr. Mercedes trilogy, I think. And I have obviously, like I said, have not read that series, but I kind of don't really want to. I mean, maybe I'll want to later, but this came out and I just got the urge to read Stephen King and I got the urge to read this book. Right? Like, it came out last year and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to read that book. I don't know why. It just sounds fun. I don't really know, but I just want to read it. People on Reddit were like, oh, don't, because somebody asked the same question that I had, which was, can you read Holly without reading Mr. Mercedes? And everyone was like, you can, but don't do that because that's one, really weird, and two, really dumb. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna be weird and dumb because I don't really feel like reading that right now, you know? If I want to read a book and I can read it without like the other books that kind of go along with it, then I'm gonna do that. Who is texting me? Oh my god, my watch is locked. For example, what was I saying? For example, the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy is about a side character in the Caraval series, and I read Once Upon a Broken Heart before reading Caraval. Do I regret it? No. I absolutely loved Once Upon a Broken Heart. I know some people don't like it, and I know that the writing, especially in the first book, is like a little juvenile and just a little slow, and you're like, what's happening? I don't really know. But it really sucked me in. Like, after I got through like maybe half of the book, I was like vibing with it and I just wanted to keep going, and I just read them all in like a matter of like 3 days. I think about them all the time. They're one of my Roman empires, maybe if not my Roman empire. I think about them all the time. I love them. I have a t-shirt. I got new book covers for those books because they just mean so much to me. But I read those before reading Caraval, and my whole point is that I read them because I wanted to, and I didn't necessarily have to read the first series first, like the main series. But now that I am reading that, I am like, do I go back and reread Once Upon a Broken Heart, even though I don't like to reread books? I've really been thinking about it. I don't know. Because now I know so much more, you know? I did this to myself, but, and I'm going to do it again with Holly, so what can I say? Even If We Break, I picked this up years and years and years ago, and I just never read it. I think it's about like high schoolers, and they go out to this cabin or something, and for the weekend, and it turns deadly. I'm not really sure. I feel like it's giving hunting party vibes, but hopefully better. The cover is interesting, which really, like, that's why I picked it up, I'm not gonna lie. And I think at the time I was looking for something that would give me PLL vibes, because I was just really into Pretty Little Liars at the time. And so I was like, obviously I'm not in high school and I'm not even in college, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to relate to this, but I don't know, I want to give it a try. I don't want to just have it and not ever read it. I've also never heard anyone talk about it. So, The Murder Game. And look at that. I'm so mad. I need to figure out how to get that off. It was a Target sticker. Go figure. I also picked this up years and years and years ago and just never read it. I think it's along those same vibes where like a high schooler or a couple of them get caught up in a murder from like one of their teachers or their teachers' wives or something, and then they want to figure it out before the police do because they don't want to get in trouble. I think that's what happens. Again, like I said, I love whodunits. I love trying to figure it out before the book tells me. I'm not usually good at it, but well, sometimes I am. I am getting better at it. Maybe they're in college because they're in a boarding school, so they're probably in high school because there was a dorm, so I was like college, but no. I mean, I do like young adult, but sometimes it's hard to relate to these days just because I do feel like older than them, you know? And sometimes the stories are so outrageous for like 16-year-olds. I'm like, what? could barely like make pumpkin pie when I was 16, and you're out here performing heists and like solving murders. Like, oh my goodness, okay? The life I wanted to live, you know? Lastly, on my thriller, murdery, mystery list, I have Finlay Donovan is Killing It. Look at that cover. If I had $1 for every time I said that, I would be like having many dollars at this point. I also got it used for like $4, which was really cool. Maybe less than that. Oh, like $3. Yeah. I picked this up, one, because the cover is so cool. The pink, I love pink, okay? And my sister-in-law read it and she really liked it, so I was like, it's used. It's in such good condition. Look at that. Look at it. Such good. Is it even in focus? I really don't know, my guy. But such good condition. How could I pass it up, you know? Anyway, it's, from what I understand, about a mom who like writes murder mystery books or something, or like true crime. I'm not really sure, but something along those lines. She accidentally accepts a hit job, I think, and then has to perform it. And she's like, oh, this will be easy because I write about this all the time. And then she ends up realizing that it's a lot harder than she expected it to be. I heard that it's like a good comedic relief book. It's not like super serious or anything. I think that'll be really interesting because I've never really read a book like that. And it says that it's like a fast-paced, fresh, full of humor and original book, and it's a twisty delight, it says, from People magazine. So I think I'm gonna like this. And usually if my sister-in-law likes a book, I like it as well. Oh, and my last book, actually, I said this was my last one on this list, but it's not. My last book in that sector of true crime and thrillers and stuff, it's called The Devil in the White City, and if I can, like, I'll just like insert a picture here or something. But my mother-in-law really wants me to read it, and my sister-in-law read it, and they both really loved it, so I think I'm gonna love it. It's about the Chicago World's Fair, I think, and something about H.H. Holmes and his murder castle, and I love that, you know, like, I think that's so interesting. H.H. Holmes really just, I think about him in my noggin, he's up there sometimes, and I'm like, bro, you are literally out here making a murder castle in like the 1890s or something. Insane. The amount of thought that you have to put into that, and also, like, first of all, how long were you thinking about that? Because that would take forever to build, and then to like get it done, and it was so intricate, so intricate. It blows my mind. I mean, it's absolutely disturbing, but it's so interesting to me, where I'm like, you know how people talk about, if you could sit down with a killer and ask them a couple questions, who would it be? I think H.H. Holmes. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I think he's just insane. And then, like, also the theory that he's Jack the Ripper, which I don't think is true, but I think that, one, the possibility, I guess, is there. I don't know. And also it's not, because I think I saw something where it's not possible, but just that it could be is, like, crazy to me. It's just so interesting. He's a weird guy, and he's deranged, but I just wish I could think, like, I wish I could not think like him. Like, that's not what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, I wish I could just, like, understand what was going on in his noggin up there, you know? The guy really put on his thinking cap and was like, I'm gonna make a murder castle. What? Oh man, I'm so hungry. What is happening? Oh, what time is it? I have an orthodontist appointment today, and I'm gonna make sure I have time to get ready before I leave. This is probably a really long heckin' video, so I'm gonna try and move it along. I am missing one called Bone Dust and Bookshops. No, Bookshops and Bone Bookshelf. Hold on. Bookshops and Bone Dust. I'll also try and insert a picture of that, but I think it's a prequel. No, a sequel. No, it's not. You can read it separately. It can be read as a standalone, but it goes along with Legends and Lattes. I have not read Legends and Lattes, but I did get Bookshops and Bone Dust while I was on vacation in like a mystery box thing, and I left it with a friend. That's why I don't have it right now. It just seems like a really cozy fantasy D&D vibes, which I love playing D&D. So see, 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 see. Why? We don't need these. No one is asking for this, okay? Nobody. Cinder by Marissa Meyer. This is not my copy. It's actually my sister-in-law's copy. And she has really been wanting me to read the Lunar Chronicles. She gave me the entire set, the entire series to borrow. She really wants me to read this, and I think that I'm really gonna like it. Like I said before, usually I like the same books that she likes, because we're very similar in that sense, but I love Disney princesses and like Disney characters, and just a retelling of like, what is this, Cinderella, but sci-fi fantasy is gonna be so fun. Okay, like Cinderella is a cyborg, I guess. How fun is it? Cinderella? I'm assuming it's Cinderella. So I think that it'll be really fun for me, and she loves it. She said that it is also her. Why did I say that? Also, and it's not. I don't know. She said that it's kind of like her Roman Empire. So, that fact alone makes me intrigued. This is also her book. We all know. We know. We know. Can we just applaud the beautifulness of this book? I do not like hardcover books, but this one, for some reason, it's like the weight is nice, the feeling of it is nice, the thickness is nice, the cover is beautiful. But anyway, I do want to read this series, you know, because obviously I want to. But since finishing Throne of Glass, I just think I really need a break from Sarah. Though I do, like, I have been thinking about reading this. Like, every day I'm like, do I start Crescent City? Do I start Crescent City? But I really don't want to burn myself out. So I'm going to hold off just a little bit. I do have the third book, and I only have it in I have it in hardcover because I'm pretty sure it's only available in hardcover right now. But I got it because I was at an indie bookstore for Indie Bookstore Day, and they had an indie bookstore copy, so I just wanted to get that. And it was just beautiful, so I am gonna get these in hardcover, I think, even though I don't like hardcover books. But that was literally such a tangent, Emily. Like, shut up. Now, the only thing is that I feel like I'm gonna be too stupid to read it, because everyone who reads it is like, you need to put together, like, notes. Like, you need to make notes while reading this thing, and let me know when you read it so that I can help you out and, like, make you notes for it, because I was so confused while reading it. So I'm like, am I even gonna understand anything? Oh my gosh. It's House of Earth and Blood. I don't know why. I just said Crescent City. House of Earth and Blood. Okay. I also really would like to continue reading Babel. I picked this up last year. Look how pretty. I know, Emily. I know. We know. It's pretty. Okay. I picked this up last year. I've never read an R.F. Kuang book, but I heard that The Poppy War is really good. And the reason I picked this up is because it's like dark academia. Everyone said that it's written beautifully. The story is just really cool. The magic system is fun. And I picked it up hoping to read it hoping to, like, love it, and I only made it to chapter 2 last fall, mostly because I just don't think I was in the right mindset to read it. I love dark academia, and I love language, and this is, like, about language, but also make it fantasy type of thing, so I don't know. I'm really interested in this. I really want to love it, so I'm gonna give it another shot. I say that as if I didn't like it when I was reading it. I did like it. I was just not ready to read it, I think, and I was just forcing myself to. I feel like this will make me feel warm and fuzzy inside, you know? I don't know. The Serpent and the Wings of the Night by Carissa Broadbent. Look how floppy it is. I love that. I have been wanting to read this. I just don't feel like I've been ready to. This was actually going to be my next book after Kingdom of Ash, except I started Carball, so I was clearly ready to read this. So I think I'm gonna, doesn't like the next book come out soon? Like the third one, because there's two. I think, maybe I'm making that up. I could be totally making that up. Next on my list is Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. And first of all, this book, insanely beautiful. Like, this is like my favorite color. And I didn't even want to read this because of all the hype around the series. I wanted to read it because the covers are beautiful. So I read Divine Rivals maybe like 3 months ago. Is it September? Yeah, I think I read it in June. And I read it in like a day and a half, and I thought that it was beautifully written. I thought that it was a unique story. I'm getting chills just thinking about it because the prose was just so pretty. I really didn't know where the story was going. I really didn't know what to expect. I had never really read a fantasy, like a historical fantasy before. And it really gave me like while I was reading it, I was like, oh man, this would be like the perfect cozy read for fall. So I kind of saved Ruthless Vows for that. I heard like a lot of mixed reviews on this, like it's not as good as Divine Rivals. So I hope that I love it just as much. But also a lot of people don't like Divine Rivals because they say that it's like boring and not for them. I just really liked it. I don't know. I mean, also a lot of people said that they like it, but oh, I'm so hungry. Oh man. What do I do? And I have cramps, but I'm gonna drink my coffee anyway, which is gonna make me feel more sick. It's pumpkin season. I don't really like pumpkin, but I am getting back into it, you know. I'm excited to be back in this world, I'm not gonna lie. The only issue that I kind of just like, well, it's not an issue, but the only thing I'm just like nervous about is that I'm pretty sure it has to do a lot to do with like gods in this book. And the first book didn't really have that. I mean, it did just like a little bit, but like I think that this is just like all about the gods and stuff. I feel like maybe the vibes won't be the same, and I just would really love the vibes to be the same, you know? Did I say vibes too much? If I do, I don't care. Powerless by Lauren Robert. I want to know what all the hype is about, okay? And I heard that it's kind of like the Hunger Games and like love and stuff. I don't know. So yeah, give me trials. Give me enemies to lovers. Give me good soup, you know? One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. So I've heard very mixed reviews on this book. Some people love it and some people hate it. I don't really feel like there's like in-betweens that I've heard of. But the magic system is unique, and like this is coming from both sides. People that hated it and people that liked it. They say the magic system was unique and the story was unique. So even if I don't like it, at least it was unique, you know? And obviously I have Two Twisted Crowns because I am toxic and I do need all of the books in a series. And then last but not least, Fireborn by Rosaria Munda. And again, oh, so soft, so pretty and fluffy. But I heard that it's very like, there's trials, there's dragons, there's maybe like a little bit of romance, definitely like a side plot. I mean, it is YA. But I heard that if you like Fourth Wing, then you're gonna like this. So I didn't really like Fourth Wing that much, but it gave me like, how do I explain it? I feel like there were a lot of things that were wrong with it for me. But I'm not gonna lie, I do get nostalgia for reading it. I do think about Fourth Wing a lot. I didn't like Iron Flame that much. Will I continue the series? Yes, I will, because they are entertaining. But did they change my life? No. So, but I did hear that if you like Fourth Wing, then you're gonna like this because it's better. I have high hopes for it. I really like the cover. I love the artwork on it. Like, can we just give it a second and like admire the prettiness of it, you know? So yeah, I am very excited to read this. I think that I'm gonna like it. I hope I like it more than Fourth Wing. And I'm not the only one that feels this way, okay? I read it with my sister-in-law and we both feel the same way. So maybe I will gather her thoughts as well and put them into a video, because I feel like this needs to be talked about, okay? Just because something is hyped up doesn't mean that you have to love it, alright? Okay. Today will rise. What was I gonna say? I don't know. But that's kind of it. That's all the books I had planned to pick from this fall. I just remembered I have to read The Midnight Library. The Midnight Library. I only said it like that because I cannot say it fast. Midnight Library. Midnight Library. Midnight Library. Midnight Library. Hope this isn't like weird. I guess I'm gonna say like and also subscribe because that's what people do on YouTube. I don't know. Somebody told me to say that, so